My name is Carole Berotte Joseph, Haitian American woman, mother, grandmother, educator, and community activist, I would say. I've been involved, in the Haitian community for many, many years in many, many organizations. And professionally, I'm an educator, but most of my career has been in higher education. So I've been at the college level teaching teachers. And so my dad was also an educator and a school principal. My father had studied abroad. He studied in Belgium and studied in the United States. When he went back and worked and saw what was happening with the Duvalier, dictatorship, he decided that he wanted the family to leave. And just the other day, I was looking over some files and we all came together. We came in 1958. I was looking at the passport and it was all four of us. We were five because my youngest sister, Mimi, was born here. Four of us were on the same passport because they would put children all together. So that's the story in terms of where I was born. I remember the house I was born in. I remember the house, my grandfather's house. And when I've gone back, the house was there until the last earthquake in 2010. I could not locate the house anymore. The earthquake affected that area of Port-au-Prince. When I was little, we grew up in Brooklyn. We had an apartment building with steps, and I always remember lining up all the kids and making believe I was a teacher. So inside the building, I'd have them lined up on the stairs, and then I'd be the teacher of the classroom. So since I was little, I knew I wanted to be a teacher. When I played with my dolls, it was always, they were in the classroom and I was the teacher. So when I started studying here and I went to college, it was, expected. There was no question we were supposed to go on to college. We went to, Catholic schools, Catholic high school. When I went to college, I really wanted to teach languages to little kids. And at the time, languages were being taught at junior high school and high school levels, and not in the elementary schools. Very few school districts had classes for children, speaking other languages. And of course, at home, I spoke Creole and I spoke French. And then because at the time there were so few Haitians in the United States, most of my friends were Latinos. So I do have Spanish in my background as well. And so I learned and picked up a lot of Spanish in the neighborhood, just being with friends. And so I majored in Spanish, minored in education and French. And my first job was like a lifelong dream because I was able to teach in Spanish to little kids because bilingual education came around. I was able to get licensed as a bilingual teacher and first started teaching Spanish bilingual. And I did that for a couple of years and then went to junior high school and taught Spanish and French. And at that time, I worked full-time and then did my master's part-time. As I continued going to school, there was a need for teacher trainers. And so I was offered a position at City College as an adjunct faculty member to teach a course on children of the Caribbean and the curriculum. It would be like helping teachers look at children's cultures and integrate their cultures into their teaching. So I did that for one semester, and that was in 1975. So I taught at City College for 22 years. While I was there, I got to go up the ranks and became a dean, an assistant dean, a dean, and then went to Ostos Community College and became a vice president and went on to other colleges to be dean of academic affairs. So I was always on the academic side of the house. And while I was teaching, I did a lot of volunteer work. I was living in Queens in the Laurelton, Cambria Heights area. So I volunteered at Sacred Heart, and a group of us, Haitian American educators, decided to offer English as a second language for the adults. And then we did history and dance and music with the children in the neighborhood. So I always really believed in the importance of language and culture, keeping your language and keeping your culture. That's been very important for us in our family, and it's been very important for me in my professional life. There definitely are challenges, and being the first is very difficult. Everybody talks about you're the first and it's great, but there are many challenges. And the biggest one for me was really keeping to your values, being yourself and really acting in what you believe. Because many times people get into positions and then they compromise their beliefs or their values. It's been a challenge, especially when I got to the very top position. You know how they say that it's very lonely on top? It definitely is. But being a college president really tested me in terms of keeping my values and believing in what I believe in. The first one, when I became the first Haitian American to become a president in the United States, that was at Mass Bay Community College in Wesley Hills, Massachusetts. We had one campus in Framingham where there were mostly the allied health programs, and a third campus in Ashland where we had automotive technology. And the main campus was in Wellesley. And, in Wellesley, there's Wellesley College and Babson College. If you know academia, faculty are very powerful. I was a faculty member, so I know what it is to be a faculty member. But at the same time, when I'm a president, I'm the president for the whole school. And so if we have no students, we have no college. And then in the Haitian community, it was interesting because, I'm the first. It doesn't matter, first woman, first man. But once a Haitian man became a college president, he started going around saying, oh, I'm the first. And I said, wait a minute, you're the first. You may be the first man, but you were not the first. So I had to put him in his place and tell him, any of us who get into a position and who are trailblazers and we, open the door, we have to remember those who come after us. So I said, if I want to turn this college around, I want the best in every position. And that means also the best as faculty. And usually presidents don't get involved in hiring faculty. When I took a look at the faculty and I saw the caliber of faculty that we had, I said, there's no way this college is going to become a premier community college, which was the vision that I put forth, if we continue hiring faculty like this. And since I'm making change, I wanted to make sure people understood why I was making those changes. I really wanted to make sure the faculty I brought in understood the vision. So within 3 years, the place, had a new face. I was one of the founding members of HOPE, the Haitian Americans United for Progress in Queens. And I was very active when I lived in Spring Valley, New York. There was a Haitian organization called HACSO, Haitian American Cultural and Social Organization. And I was the secretary, I was the president, I had my husband involved as treasurer. And so I was very involved there. I always tutored kids in the neighborhood, in the family, kids who needed help or whatever. So a lot of kids and a lot of people got to know me. And since I moved to Houston, I was looking, where is a Haitian organization? I know on the plane, I hear some Creole very often. So I know there are Haitians here. And sure enough, when we had that incident with the Haitians migrating from Chile and Brazil, I was able to do volunteer work and work at those shelters. And it was the Haitians, the Houston Haitians United, which is a group of young people here in Houston. I continue to work with Haiti directly because part of my career, when I left Bronx Community College, I worked for an organization called FHI 360. They're based in Washington, D.C., but they had gotten a USAID grant, and it was to do bilingual education in Haiti. So you can imagine, this was a dream come true for me. So I went to Haiti, lived in Haiti, led this project. I was supposed to be a deputy chief, not the chief, but the chief never came. So I ended up doing the instructional work, working with the schools, with the teachers. We're supposed to work with 300 schools all over the country. So I was able to go back, get to know the country, travel all over, develop materials, work with a team to get things done there. And I also had to do the political work, like meeting with the minister and meeting with the US ambassador and things like that. So that was really a very satisfying job for me. I am in touch with the universities in Haiti. I am helping them look at the community college model because we know that there are universities in Haiti and the kids who study there continuously leave. When they finish studying, there are no jobs.
Yeah.
So they leave. I spoke to a graduating class of nurses and to a graduating class of lawyers about 3 years ago. And they said to me, Madame, qui sa vle nou fe? Nou fin fon paquet sacrifice, nou eduke, nou pa ka jwenn job lan peyi. Se pou nal Miami, se pou nal New York, pou nal jwenn fami nou, pou nou jwenn travay. And what can I tell them? I cannot tell them no. They've sacrificed, they've studied, they have to have a life. So they end up leaving. So I had been talking to colleges in Haiti for over 10 years. I invited them to visit the community colleges that I worked at to really explore the community college model because it gives you a practical degree that then you can work with. And if we did more of that, we'd create jobs, people would be able to stay in the country, and then they'd be able to continue their studies just like we do here in the US. You can transfer the credits that you have in a community college to a 4-year college, continue. We have people who've done community college work who became doctors. The Surgeon General of the United States came from Bronx Community College. So I share these stories so that they understand the value of a community college education. So most of my work right now is focused on that, working with the universities in Haiti and the secondary schools so that they can explore the community college model. Because I think that would help develop the country and it would help people stay in the country if they get jobs and they can work. Of course, I want people to travel and do everything else that they want to do. So they should be able to leave the country whenever they want to, but they should be able to come back. And just like my dad did, he studied abroad, but he came back and worked in Haiti and gave back. So that's my dream right now. And in my family, my parents always taught us to give back. My dad, when he was dying, he told us, please do not let kids die of hunger in Haiti. So I have a cousin who's working with farmers. The family collects money and we buy seeds for them from Johnny's Seeds in Vermont. They're organic seeds. And we all contribute to send to them so they can plant and have fresh food, and whatever they have in extra, they can sell. I don't just talk about it, we really walk the talk. The one piece of advice is to be yourself. I think if you are yourself, you're happy with yourself, you love yourself, then you can give to others. So I think it's wonderful that Fanm Potomitan also asks us to nominate other people and other women who need to be honored as well. I like that concept.